Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started. Yo! Happy Thanksgiving, guys, but we don't do Thanksgiving here. We do Christmas. Every day of the week. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Another day, another Bitcoin not being any lower than it was before. If you guys are new to the stream, we are taking this hat off every day until Bitcoin makes a new low. Will it be tomorrow? Will it be today? Will it be never? Well, we don't know. That's the fun of the Christmas hat. Anyways. We woke up this morning. We were talking about, I was talking about Christmas music. I tend to do that a lot for some reason. And I was like, dude, you know what the most messed up song is on Christmas? The most messed up song on Christmas is the song where the girl's like, I saw Daddy kissing Santa. Not Daddy. Could be Daddy too. I mean, it is 2022. But I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus. It's like I think that kid is scarred for life, and I also hope that Daddy's not sitting in bed and Mommy's like, you know, just making out with Santa, so the kid gets a better present. That would be not preferable. But anyways, that's besides the point. I thought it was an interesting point to bring up. It is what it is. But guys, happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. I'm seeing everyone's in a jolly mood this morning. Everyone was just trolling the shit out of me in the chat this morning, man. I guess it's Thanksgiving. You know, it is what it is. The charts are boring, right? And what do people do when the charts are boring? They like to troll. I mean, I'm wearing a Christmas hat. Like, I guess that's troll 101, because no one's jolly right now. Everyone's like, holy shit, the market's going down. It's boring right now. I get it, man. I get it. It is what it is. You guys are saying, John said it best. He said, what am I supposed to do if I can't troll? The market's boring as shit. Well, you're not wrong. I cannot knock you for that one, my friend. Let's see what you guys are saying. Santa gave her the big D. And Daddy's just chilling upstairs, and Santa's getting the cookie. Let me tell you, Santa can get the cookie and he can eat it too. Let me tell you. All right. It's not that hat that makes Jordan's head look big. It's his head that makes the hat look big. Get out of here, Big Rich. Listen, I have the best head in the game. Okay. Oh God. It's also everything's coming out wrong this morning. Oh God, that's what she said. I guess I got the biggest head in the game. I got the best head in the game. Anyways, let's jump back into the charts here. I did not watch Becker's video yet. I will watch Becker's video today. Probably while I'm at the gym, I'll throw on Becker's video. And I'll let you know what I think about Becker's video. Anyways, what's Bitcoin doing? What the heck is Bitcoin doing on the charts on this wonderful Thanksgiving Day, this jolly Thanksgiving Day, where we're all so excited to see our family or not see our family, whatever floats your boat. Some people are not excited to see their family. Some people are. It does us. What are we thankful for on this Thanksgiving Day? Well, I guess we're thankful for Bitcoin breaking down from a rising wedge. Now, rising wedges, they break out 68% of the time. This got a move up last night and sort of this morning started to kind of make that third retest of the lows, and we're like, shit, man, is this going to form a rising wedge and we're going to sort of get rejected and we'll start to come back down? So far we did, right? So far we did. It did break to the downside. Now, how low will Bitcoin drop at this point, right? It's an interesting point because we got the stock markets coming up this morning. The NASDAQ futures up about a little bit, the S&P futures up a little bit, and the DXY is down about 0.37% in the morning time. So what is Bitcoin going to do? Do we have mixed signals? Are they going to keep this pumping? Are they going to keep this pumping with no volume? See the volume on this? There ain't no volume pushing this up for Bitcoin at the moment. Are they going to keep pushing this up on low volume? Or is this going to take a whoop back down to the downside? Well, let's talk about it. Low like the temple around an Eskimo. The temple around an Eskimo. Bitcoin. Come on, Jordan. Keep your head in the game. That's a good one, right? That's a really good one. Anyways, let's see what else we got. So, rising wedge breakout to the downside. It is a 1 hour, okay? So it's not a huge pattern. It's not going to change the general direction of Bitcoin here over the course of the daily time frame or anything like that. But we did break down. Now, the level I want to see Bitcoin hold, and the level that I think Bitcoin's okay in the short term as long as it holds, is this 0.5 retracement, which you can also call the mid-range of the range, right? We go to the 4 hour time frame. The price, let's look at the price action, guys. So the 4 hour time frame, we're range locked, right? We're back in a stupid range. We hate these ranges, right? But the ranges are good if you are someone who likes to trade and things like that. The ranges aren't that bad. But if you're someone who's a hodler and just wants lower prices to buy or wants higher prices just to feel a little bit of life in you, these ranges are horrible, man. But, if you look, we're kind of range bound between, 17K and 16K, right? I mean, you've had slight deviations above on Wix. XRP's flying. We'll check it out with Zom. I got you, buddy. But you've had slight deviations above 17K. You've had slight deviations below 16K. But in reality, most of the price action's been in between 16 and 17K. I guess that's the new 18 and 19K region. Remember that region? I definitely don't want to remember that region. I definitely don't want to do that. That sounds absolutely horrible, in my opinion. But right now we're stuck. I would say as long as Bitcoin stays at the mid range, which is basically the 0.5 retracement from the lows to the highs of the range, which is at like 16,400, I think Bitcoin is fine. Now, if we break that mid range, I think there's a big possibility that Bitcoin comes all the way back down to the lows. Okay, all the way back down to reset back here at 15,886. Now, based off the chat, I know a lot of you guys want Bitcoin to go lower. Guys, let me know in the chat. Do you want Bitcoin to go lower? I want to know what you guys think on this Thanksgiving Day. And if we could be a little bit jolly, if you guys could spam a couple turkeys in the chat, just to get a little bit of jolliness in the chat, okay? Because I'm not sensing the jolliness today. I'm not sensing the fall day of leaves falling on the ground and you're walking through the leaves and things like that. like we said, I'll actually just mark this range off here, which is the 0.5 retracement, and the mid-range, which is right here at 16,424. And you can see how Bitcoin's reacted to that level in the past. You've held it as support, you broke it, you came all the way back down to the range, right? You held it as support, you broke it, you came all the way back down to the end of the range. So the question remains, will Bitcoin hold this range? If it does not, we're coming all the way back down to probably the 16,000 range to possibly lower to the high 15K. So we'll watch that like a freaking hawk, set out to peep through the woods, because the hawk is the only one that can peep through the woods right now. We're still trying to figure out how to get out of the damn dust, never mind the woods. Let's see. All right, you guys want to see Litecoin real quick. So let's jump on over to Litecoin, and we'll jump back into the Bitcoin charts and see what we're dealing with here. Litecoin. Let's see what we got on the juicy Litecoin charts this morning. Okay, so Litecoin is still just chilling. I mean, nothing really changed for Litecoin. I don't know why this chart got all jacked up. I had all my lines perfectly. We marked this off the other day. Was this level right here, which we thought Litecoin would probably get a little rejection off of. Right there at like $84. It pretty much went to $84, got rejected. It is coming back up right now, but I will say, we go to the 4-hour time frame. This move up, but what do we know about these moves up, right? You get the first hit to the upside, you retrace. But if that gets that second move up, what I would watch for here, if you're a big Litecoin enthusiast, which it looks like it's going for that other move up. It's looking for that second move up. When gobble, I can't do the gobble, man. I don't know what it is. I'm really good at doing voices and stuff like that, but when it comes to a turkey, oh, Lord. But no, if it does try to get that second move up, watch carefully for any type of divergence here, right? Watch for a higher high and a lower high in the RSI, or vice versa. That'll tell you whether this is going to be an M formation or if it wants to push up past that level. Here for Litecoin, but it looks like it is setting up for that attempt at moving back up to the upside. You can notice that this consolidation's kind of just getting a little round out here with higher lows coming in now. So not too shabby. I think this is getting ready to make another attempt at a push up. You can see something like this, where it's kind of just flagging out, a little short-term consolidation down. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, the technical measure move of this, like if you want to take it as a bull flag, okay, I'm not a big measure move guy, but if we take it from the lows to the highs, it does put you up to like $88 if it does break out. So we'll watch that very, very carefully. Let's just keep that here and see if it ends up playing out. But hey, Litecoin, could it see another move up higher? I damn hope so, because if it does, that probably means Bitcoin tries for another move higher too, which would be cool. I know a lot of you guys don't want that, but at the same point, it would be kind of nice. I like seeing some greens sometimes. Seeing red all the time is not the best in my opinion. The only red I want to see is the red sauce that's going to be on my halal food later tonight. That's the only red sauce I want to see, or the only red I want to see. Is that hot sauce and the Santa hat. That means Bitcoin hasn't gone lower. So that would be awesome. That would be freaking awesome. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat today. What I want is immaterial. I just need to follow my plan. John, what do you want, man? What do you want, John? I want to know. Should we homo fart? Should we FOMO hard into Litecoin like Horse Guy? I mean, if you want to. If that's what floats your boat on Thanksgiving, to FOMO and feel a little bit of life, hey, you do you, man. I don't think you should FOMO. All right, the daily time frame. Man, we just... All right, you guys want to see XRP. You guys are saying XRP is going nuts to the upside. Let's check out XRP. Do we consider this nuts to the upside? I will say the XRP is now back up to the resistance level that's been keeping it down like a hawk. You see this? XRP looks like it's ready, man. Right? I mean, look at XRP. I have this line drawn up here because I think XRP is going to come up and test this in the short term. And that goes to saying where I do think Bitcoin's going to keep squeezing out shorts. Whether it does test the lows again, I still think it comes back up before it dumps to 14K like everyone's talking about. But which a lot of you guys are like, come on, man, that's just delaying the inevitable. Well, the market makers are not going to make it easy. They never really do, I guess. But you can see here that you just got this horizontal resistance and you got this upward sloping support coming up. What is this? Classic ascending triangle, man. Classic. I mean, you can't get a more beautiful ascending triangle than that. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Same resistance on the top side. Oh, man. Now, will it break out in this attempt? That's obviously the big question here. But I believe that's going to put you right up at, if this does break, yeah, it's going to put you right up to take these vector candles up here, upwards of like, 46, 47 cents. I would say you'll probably find resistance at around 44. Hey, XRP, I think this one's not looking too shabby. Not at least for a little bit of short-term move. I can't hate it. I cannot hate it. But what else do we got also moving up? Chainlink, which we know. What do we know, guys? What do we know when we see Chainlink pumping more than Bitcoin, or we see Chainlink pumping more than other altcoins? That ain't a good sign for Bitcoin, my friends. And Litecoin continues to pump. I guess not really pump, but continues to go up more than the other altcoins. So Litecoin, Link up about 2% today. Nothing crazy, but the rest of the market's red, right? Other than a few alts like XRP, ETH, Atom, Cadena. Besides a few alts, Chainlink's doing more. Chainlink's doing more. Let me see. I mean, FOMO hard. Chili's keeps dying. Chili's does keep dying. Let's see what happens with Chainlink. Let's go back to BTC. BTC still holding the range. What are the stock markets doing so far? So S&P and the NASDAQ futures. Let's see. The futures are actually still coming up a little bit, right? Which obviously the market's still flat. You guys know what I mean. But like the futures are kind of holding the range, which ain't too bad. The DXY today, man, this is the big point of the DXY. Okay, look what the DXY is today, guys. The DXY down about 0.4% right here. You see this? Randall, why are you spamming, man? Don't be spamming, man. Don't be spamming, my man. But the DXY, if you notice, is sort of just chilling here at the 105 level, right? The 105. So here's the big point of the DXY, and we got to watch this very, very carefully because obviously the DXY break in trend was big for the markets. Didn't really impact Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin had the FTX shit show, which kind of threw it all outside of that. But the DXY, will it double bottom here? Will it go whoop, whoop, and then start to come back up, which would be good for markets? Or will the DXY break this 105 level? If it breaks 105, I don't see why it can't come all the way back down to close to this $100 level, which would mean a probably another big move for markets to the upside. So watch this level very carefully in the DXY. I think this will tell us a lot what we need to know over the course of the next couple of days of what the DXY does at this level here as we kind of go along. Let me see. Check Dash. We can check Dash for sure. We can check Dash. Let's see what Dash is doing. Dash is always lurking. Yeah, a lot of the old ones, like DoorDash, a lot of the old ones have been doing very, very well lately. Let's see Dash. So DoorDash, just kidding, it's not DoorDash. Yeah, DoorDash is lurking. Obviously, it looks like it got a big move up yesterday on Wednesday, and now it looks like it's just coiling up for another move, right? If you go to the 1 hour time frame, look at this. It is lurking. Rodney is right. It is lurking, man. So you got the move up. Now, am I a big fan of symmetrical triangles? No, but if you look at the 1 hour time frame, this one is coiling up for a little bit of a triangle move here, right? So you got the move up, symmetrical triangle, usually is a continuation pattern. If this was to break out to the upside, which, you take it for what it is. Looking for a move back up to basically the previous highs, right around 47 cents. So Dash, quote unquote, could be lurking. Could be definitely lurking in the short term for sure. I'd watch that like a hawk on stilts here. And obviously, if you look at the daily and you zoom out a little bit, it makes sense on the charts, right? You take the rest of this liquidity back up to the upside, back up to 47 cents. Makes a ton of sense. See this vector candle right here? Whoop! Bring it right back up to test that. Makes a ton of sense. Ton of sense. Let me see. Happy Turkey Day. What's going on, Jackson? Happy Thanksgiving, man. Thanks for everyone coming out and hanging out on a holiday. I know it's not a holiday for everyone. People I don't think, well, people over in different countries are probably like, dude, what are you talking about, man? It's not a holiday. It's not a holiday. It's like when some of you guys have holidays. I'm like, dude, I don't even know what that is. You guys even know what Thanksgiving is? Like shit. But we basically, for me, we eat turkey and we eat stuffing on Thanksgiving. We're gonna go deep in here. No, I'm not gonna go into that because people will disagree with me. people like to not disagree with people nowadays. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on Thanksgiving. You guys probably have your own hot takes on Thanksgiving. I have a lot of hot takes. You guys know me. I'm hot take central over here. I am One with Goodness. I'm new to your channel. Love your stuff. Thank you, man. Thanks for hanging out on Thanksgiving too. If you're here on Thanksgiving, I gotta give you a little credit. You are a crypto degen just like me. Okay, just like me. I am a crypto degen, and I will be for life. Definitely. Patriots will dump tonight. Oh yeah, I forgot the Patriots are on tonight, dude. I keep forgetting about that. I'm going to be so full and watching the Pats at the same time tonight. It's going to be glorious. Absolutely glorious. All right. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk about too much on the daily. Everything still stands, guys. I'm not going to get too bullish on Bitcoin until it breaks 19K. I know that's sad. I know it's depressing because we're really not even close to that point, but we got to be honest with ourselves, right? Bitcoin, this whole bear market. What's Bitcoin done this whole bear market, my friends? Well, Bitcoin continued to just make lower low, okay, without breaking the previous lows, okay? Ever since the highs, it's been a very, very similar story. It's where you just kind of break down. So if we look, right, we had these lows to start. We break the lows, we retest, we continue lower. And then we sort of make new lows on this consolidation. What do? We break down, we fail to break out above, we continue lower. Okay, we have these lows. Or, you could even argue here. Right, we have these lows, we break down, we consolidate, we fail to break the lows, we continue lower. And then we have these lows, we fail to break above those lows, right? We continue down. Now, I think we're in a similar position where in order, we keep sort of, every single step being like, okay, this is it. I'm not gonna make that mistake anymore. I would say, okay, you're at levels where everyone's been calling for all year, right? 15.5, 14, 12, 10. These are levels everyone's calling for all year. So you're coming up to major levels where most people are going to have buy orders. Most people are going to have, accumulation orders set in these levels if they do come. But for me to be like, holy shit, look at Bitcoin right now. I'm excited looking at Bitcoin. I can't do it. This whole bear market's been the same shit. I can't do it until Bitcoin breaks back above the previous range lows, which is at 19K. If Bitcoin smacks 19K, then maybe, right, we can have a little party. Right? And probably we will have a party if Bitcoin breaks back above these, because that's breaking above the swing lows. Until then, it's a lot of the same shit, right? And I know that's boring, and I know that's not fun. It's fun to speculate, right? It's fun to say, this is it, right? But you can't be confident about that at this point, right? And I'm just being honest. I am just being honest. That's how I feel right now. And then I know it's not fun, and I like to have a little bit of fun every now and then. That's just the way I'm looking at the market, because it's really been just a stair step, this whole bear market. Down. Let me see. But are you buying, though? Yeah. Listen, you got to understand. It's not, by me saying I'm excited. Now, here are the levels where these are your accumulation levels, right? 10, 14, 12, 10. Those are where my next buy orders are set. 16 was a buy order, and then the 200-week moving average back up here was a buy order, okay? So we buy the major levels on the way down, okay? But can I get excited over any move to the upside? No, I'm not going to get excited over any move to the upside until Bitcoin breaks 19K, okay? I think if you do that, you're getting ahead of yourself a little bit. You're letting the adrenaline kick in a little bit, and that's where we're at, right? That is where we are at. To me, it's a lot of the same stuff, and I know it's been parroted like freaking crazy, but up until this point, Bitcoin's doing the same thing it's always done, right? It hasn't done anything different. It's came down in the bear market. It's sitting in the zone where it usually just consolidates for a year at this point, and that's where we're at. That is where we're at. You're starting to get the Bitcoin is dead. You're starting to get the Bitcoin's a scam. You're starting to get the Bitcoin Ponzi guys coming back out. And that's exactly what you want, my friends. Doesn't mean the bottom is in. I would say that there's a higher chance the bottom is not in at this point after this FTX thing than the bottom is in. If it is in, great. I'm ready to rock and roll, man. Which most people aren't ready to rock and roll. If the bottom was in already, most people are not ready to rock and roll at this point. I'm ready to rock and roll. If it's not in, bring it on, man, at this point. Here's the deal, okay? Here's the deal. Do I think the bottom is in? I would say no, okay? I think we're getting a little bit premature of that. I want to see a base being built out before I even think about that. I'm not just going to see Bitcoin dump and say the bottom is in. I want to see months of Bitcoin holding a level to even say, okay, maybe it is. At this point, I would say no. But here is, kind of where we're at, in my opinion. Kind of where we're at. Can we go lower? Yes. The previous bear markets show that we go lower. Bitcoin usually drops 85% from the highs. 85% from the highs would put Bitcoin right around that $10,000 mark. So you got to be okay with that happening. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't, okay, you also got to be okay with it. But if it does, you got to be okay with it. And that's where we're at. I think right now we're in that awkward period of crypto where no one cares about crypto, which is good, right? I mean, you want the news to be calling crypto a scam, because what does that happen? When the news is calling a crypto a scam, a Ponzi, all this stuff, guess what happens with that? Well, then the normies, who, once again, will buy in at the next high, think that crypto's a scam. It's never going to go back up again, right? Because the news articles, the general media is pushing that out. That's when you get a little bit more confident if you've been around the space for a long time, right? If you haven't been around the space for a long time, you'll turn into one of those crypto's a Ponzi, crypto's a scam type of deal. But if you were around in 2018, in 2019, you've been through this before. And this is not the fun part of crypto. This is the part of crypto where if you're in crypto, you just get beat up for being in crypto. Until a couple of years come down the line, and then everyone all of a sudden is like, holy shit, man, you got so lucky. And I will say to those people again that no, it's not luck. You know the shit, the trolls, the just amount of negativity that you have to go through to make it through in this space. You have to go through so much negativity, man. And I will continue to say, if you make it through in this space, you are a freaking trooper, and you're not lucky, man. I will say that. I'll say that again, especially going through a whole nother bear market again this year, which it could keep going longer, man. Don't think it can't keep going longer. So that's where that's my little. I guess rant for the day is realize where we are. Realize the lower you go, the more negativity there's going to be. If Bitcoin drops to 10K, you better get ready for the biggest negativity you've ever seen in your life in this space, man. You're going to see more negativity than anything. It's going to make it's going to even make the people who do believe in crypto double guess and double think, is this the right space for me? It's going to do it. It's going to keep getting worse. If you're not mentally prepared for it, it's gonna get you. It's gonna get you. B Money said the daily's still bullish. Mike said, so if they are the normies, that makes us not normal. That makes us not normal. Well, I don't think we're normal, but that's okay. That's okay. I would say this. Most people that get. I shouldn't say this. Maybe I should. Most people that get where they want to be in life are not normal. Normal people get distracted by things that aren't productive. Okay, people that are not normal, okay, they're weird, right? And they have this little thing in their head that gets them almost obsessed over something. And that's why they're successful, because they become obsessed over that thing, okay? So we'll see, right? We'll see it where we go. And hey, I'm excited for these times, because I've always been a big proponent of this as bull markets can make you money, but bear markets make you rich. You won't understand that now. And if you do understand it, you probably know where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? It's you don't understand it in the moment, but It's true. It's true. I've always said you go back to previous times and you know, it's the people who made a lot of money in crypto, the people who are accumulating down here, not the people who are buying up here, right? People who made a lot of money in crypto in 2017 were the people buying down here, not the people buying up here, you know? So that is where we are at, my friends. But anyways, that's besides the point. 16,506 for BT Sizzle. Chilling here like a villain at 16,506. Kmart's not even open anymore. Guys, I have this funny story about Kmart, but we'll get, you guys want to hear it? No. We'll wait for the funny story for Kmart. Okay, we got a deal. Funny story for Kmart. B-Money said the daily's still bullish. I would say it's looking fine. Depending on where we close today, the daily, I need to see a daily close above 16,700 because you can see how big of a level this has been just consistently getting rejected from, right? Rejected. And you just can't close over that $16,700 level. So that's what I'm watching for the daily. We get if this reacts today and you get a bot right back up and you close above 16,700, I think the daily is going to look really, really, really juicy. Really, really, really juicy. But you gotta get that close above there, man. You got to. Until you get a close above there, we're just stuck. We're stuck. I mean, look how many times it just fought with that level. And that's such a big level, man. Right? Wick, close at it. Wick, close at it. Wick, close at it. Wick, dump. Wick, right to it. Wick above. And that's where we've been at. That's where we've been at. Let me see. Everyone in the chat understands that being here now, we are obsessed. I think we are obsessed. Like, does anyone think they're not obsessed with crypto that's here in the chat? Let me know. You gotta be. At this point, you gotta be. You gotta be. You gotta be. ETH gonna get a bounce? Yeah, ETH is up today and Bitcoin's down. So I guess it was due. Ethereum, Bitcoin's gotten hit a little bit on the ratio there, but you know, same thing for Ethereum, right? It's in a big channel. I do believe they're going to bring the price up. If they want to bring it back down again, they're going to bring the price up first, in my opinion. There's too much liquidity back up here. It reminds me of the time where we were sitting here, okay, and I was saying, okay, there's a lot of liquidity to come back up and take up here. There's no way they're just going to dump it first. And everyone was calling me crazy. Oh, they're just going to dump it first, bro. They're just going to break support. What do? They bring it back up, get everyone bullish again, and then they dump it. That's what they do. They bring it up first, dump it. Bring it up first, dump it. Bring it up first, dump it. So everyone's sitting here right now thinking they're just going to dump it from here. I don't think so. I think I look up and I see this vector candle in the daily. I look up and I see a big, just neat channel on Ethereum here. And I don't see why they don't bring it up, take that liquidity first, and then depending on what happens, I think the big ticker for this is going to be what happens on the CPI in December and what happens on the FOMC meeting coming up in December. Those are going to be huge. If those go the way we want it to go, aka the CPI comes in less than expected again, and the FOMC meeting, we get that 50 basis point rate hike, which the market I think is 75% expecting at the moment. If we get both of those things, I don't see why the market wouldn't react favorably to that, at least in the short term. But I do think we get to see that move up, and then if those don't come out favorably, if Powell comes in and or the CPI comes in and inflation's hot, that could be the point where we start to curl back over. Or if Powell comes in with that 75 basis point and everyone's expecting 50, that could be the point where we roll back over. I think up until those two dates, I do think we see general upside. Until those two dates, because everyone thinks that the FOMC minutes was actually, there was some dovish things that were said in there that people are slightly excited about. So that's what I see for Ethereum, and that's my general thoughts with Bitcoin as well. Is move up, and then depending on what the news is here, depending on what the technicals look like, we have daily bearish divergence that'll probably tell us what the news is going to be before it even happens. And then when we get up to this point, we'll decide, okay, is it going to dump here or is it going to break out to the upside? That's what we'll decide when the time comes. Let me see. Gonna go up December 13th to the 14th. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense, man. I think that scenario makes a lot of sense. Psycho Pearl said I'm hawkish. Psycho Pearl, I know you're hawkish, buddy. That's okay. I would say right now I can't be because where are we at right now, guys? I mean, we're sitting at 16,500. It's hard for me at these levels to be too bearish, like, because I also don't want to be one of those like absolute doomer and gloomers that like. It's hard for me to be too bearish at these levels. Do I think Bitcoin goes lower? I think there's a higher chance that the answer is yes than no at this point. But I do generally think we're in that range where we're the bottom's going to be in somewhere in this. I mean, I know it's a big range, and I'm not in the business of calling the bottom. No one knows, man. No one knows. Everyone guesses based off of one indicator they see on the chart, okay? No one knows where the bottom is going to be. But I do think it's going to be somewhere, okay, can you see a wick lower than everyone expects? I do think that's possible, too. I do think it's going to be somewhere in that, like, freaking it's going to be somewhere in between that 8,000 to $14,000 range, which because there's just so much price action here from last bear cycle that I do, and everyone and their mother has buy orders in those levels. I do think it's come somewhere in that range. It's just a matter of where, and we shall see, right? We shall see. I think anyone calling, all right, this level is going to be the bottom. This level is going to be the bottom. This is going to be the bottom. That's always going to change. If Bitcoin dropped to 8,000 today, would people think it's the bottom? No. People would think, okay, now it's at 8,000. Now I think it's going to go to 3,000. And the bar always gets set lower. It gets set lower, set lower, set lower. Let's see. Good Wayne, gonna get bonked? Let me see. Don't be Clint, you 30 bull. Gun go up, right? Clint's like, don't be a doomer, man. No, I don't want to be too bearish at these levels, because I do think these are levels where if you've been on the sidelines this whole bear market, I mean, kudos to you. These are the levels, we're getting to the levels where you probably want to start looking at, most people would start looking at, okay, is there any type of value for Bitcoin at these levels? And I do think you're getting to those levels, if you're not already at the levels already. So it's hard for me to be too bearish here. Because I don't want to be one of those people that's bearish at the lows and bullish at the highs. I do think that over the course of the long term, this will be the buy range. Okay, and you guys know my thoughts on the top. I think the top's going to be coming a lot lower than people think. And I think this will be the range where you want to start taking profits. Really, is in this range. So. It depends on what type of person you are. Are you a short-term little swing trader, or you are, a longer-term macro buy the lows and macro sell the highs? Depends. Hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving. What's going on, Mike? What's going on, buddy? You out of here, Mike? Psycho said this year has been terrible. This year has been pretty freaking brutal, but it's all about how you look at it. I know it's easy to sit here and say this year has been brutal, but you got to understand where you are. This market is giving people that didn't have these same chances last year to be able to have unbelievable chances here, right? I mean, absolutely incredible chances that, I mean, basically the market at this point, it hasn't fully reset. I mean, it's not even close to where it was in the 2019 lows, but it's reset basically to when Bitcoin was at 16K, right? I mean, altcoins are down 99, some of them down 95%. I mean, the people who believe in crypto and got into crypto in 2021, that were like, shit, I think I missed the boat. The market's going back down to some of those levels that you got in before, right? So it is. I know you look at it as a negative now, but in the positivity, the market's getting reset. I think it's given everyone kind of a second chance to be able to get into the good stuff, right? We're not talking the shit coins and stuff like that, but get into the coins that are strong and the coins that are good, a second chance. So I do think you have to look at it as a positive, right? You can't live life negative. It's going to take a toll on you if you be negative. And that's why sometimes, like, I know you guys get mad at me like, oh, Jordan's only going to stream once a day now. For me personally, it's tough for me to look at the charts and stream twice a day and just constant negativity. And that's why, I had to say, okay, I'm only going to stream once per day. If it was price action, I'll stream twice per day, right? I'll stream during the morning if there's something going on, but I'm going to take a little bit of a step back from that, right? Because I'm not a news channel. Like, it's not, I could talk about news, but I don't think you guys want me talking about news. I think you guys want me looking at the charts and having a little fun. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's see. He said he's right. Let's be positive. F it. I'm going all in on FTT. All in on FTT. No, don't do that. There's a difference between being positive and being dumb. You know what I mean? Holy moly. Does Adam swing more than 20% a year? Adam? Adam is... Let me see, Adam. Adam. Scotty Spring coming in here. He said, I only get my news from you. That's the problem. Come on, Scotty. You want an elf hat too, buddy? Adam, man. Actually, the Adam chart looks really, really good. Speaking of that, Bathwater. The Adam chart looks pretty juicy. I do like, this was the box I was looking at. Just simply the fact that you had support. I mean, you got a perfect bounce off that so far. Adam chart looks okay. I do think, the level that it's going to be a big test for Adam here. You could argue that you already came up and tested it, arguably. But I do think in the short term, Adam comes and tests this underside of this M formation here, where you had the M formation, the breakdown. I do think it comes up and tests that, right? And decides, does it want to get back above? Does it not want to get back above? Time will tell on that too. But I do like Adam's chart, for sure. Let's see. Can Java do a... Java could do a morning. Java, you want to do a morning show? No, no one deserves my advice. They were making fun of me in the bull market. I'm not doing a stream. Why would I give them my secrets? Sorry, guys. I tried. He doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it, man, What's going on, Miller? That's okay, buddy. Appreciate that, dude. Happy Thanksgiving and enjoy turkey. And I'm not eating turkey today, personally. I'm not eating turkey today. But enjoy your Thanksgiving and I think holidays are more about time spent with the people that you love, right? It's not about the holiday. It's not about what you get. It's not about what you do. It's about the time you spend with the people that you love. Or, hey, if you're someone that you're an introvert and you don't like to hang out with anyone, it's about the time that you do something that you enjoy doing. Okay? So, if you enjoy crypto stuff, thank you for being here, man. Thank you for spending your Thanksgiving with me. I appreciate that, which is nice. Luke, happy TA, man. Happy Turkey Day. Happy Turkey. I love how everyone says Happy Turkey Day, not even Thanksgiving anymore. Is that like a new thing? Let's see. Anything else moving? XRP was moving up a little bit earlier. Seems like it's chilling now. Seems like most of the market is just chilling on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. What a holiday, man. I have an 18-pound turkey, a ham, and ribs for 3 people. Nice, dude.
Since I closed PayPal. Take my CC money flush.
Let's see. You should do a 15-minute morning stream around the fam chain. 5 minutes of Bob, Java, and Mike talking sports. 5 minutes of Bob, Java, and Mike talking sports. That would be interesting, huh? Just that would just be a bunch of hot takes. It would basically be like Stephen A. Smith. It basically would be Stephen A. Smith. It would be Skip Bayless. Like Bob would be probably Bob would probably be Stephen A. Smith. Jabba would probably be Skip Bayless, and then Horse Guy would probably be the random chick that they always hired to be in the middle. But that's really it, Let's see. Link seems to be moving. Yeah, I mean, when Link moves, you don't really want Link to move, man. And that's the issue I have with this pump is every single time Link moves, yeah, Bitcoin can continue higher, but at the same point, you know it's probably not going to last. Link is like the signal to the whales. Whenever you see Link pumping, man, whenever you see Link pumping, it's like a signal to the other whales to say, okay, Link's moving up, time to move, time to soon or start unloading your BTC. It's happened so many times that I don't like to believe it, but it continues to play out almost every single time. Now, here's what we need to watch going into the next couple weeks, guys. And we talked about this yesterday. This is the big thing, right? When markets start to open back up, here's what we need to watch, man. You got some interesting levels coming in on man. I mean, look at some of these signals on the S&P futures coming in, right? Look at some of these signals. You're approaching this downtrend of resistance on the 2-week, which we went back yesterday and we talked about the comparison to 2008 and 2001. Where they had similar downtrend of resistance and you didn't get out of the bear market until you were able to break those on weekly closes. Okay? 2008, 2001, very similar charts, almost similar. And you're approaching that level where I think you're approaching this moment here. You're approaching this moment or this moment. And the market has to decide, does it want to have that flush down, or and I think it's a lot of it's going to come down to what happens at this FOMC meeting in December, man. Right? I'm not a big fan of the news events, but I do think this is a big one. This is a big one because this is the one that everyone's been looking forward to for months to say, okay, we're at that rate where the Fed's going to, should stop, or not stop, but should start to slow down. Are they going to? Okay? And this is the big one. This is the big one. That's why this is huge. And it all makes so much sense. When you look at the charts, all this shit is a simulation. All this shit is rigged, man. You can't tell me. You're going to approach this resistance that the other two big stock market crashes happened with the same resistance levels, okay, that you're at right now. And you're going to tell me that you're approaching that right now, just as that FOMC meeting is going to happen. Do you get that flush down, or does Powell do the dirty, okay, and get everyone super bearish, does the 50-point basis hike, talks positively and says we're going to continue to lower rates from here on out, and then the market rallies and everyone gets left in the dust. What's going to go down, right? And this is going to be very interesting, right? And this is why I think we live in a simulation, because it's almost exactly like 2008 and 2001 and 2000. It's almost the exact same thing, man. Man, it's going to be big. It's going to be really, really big. Let me see. It could be different for Link from now on. Just check Link Bitcoin macro. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Thanks, Teju. Yeah, I'll check that out right now. Shot my turkey today in the frozen food section. Shot my turkey today. Would you bring a BB gun and shoot it in the grocery store, you weirdo? You bring it in, you're like, you looked around because you wanted to be cool. You're like, no one's watching me, right? And you just wanted to be super cool, so you shot the turkey with the damn BB gun. That's probably what I would. No, it's probably what I would do, honestly. Listen, I'm not going out in the woods and shooting a turkey. What do I look like? What do I look like? Freaking the guy from The Walking Dead? No, I don't look like that guy. So I'm not that guy with the bow and arrow in The Walking Dead. That's gonna go out and find his own turkey. No, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get my turkey. Okay. Does anyone actually go and kill their own turkey? I would be generally impressed if you did. I don't. All right, we want to see Link Bitcoin. Let's check it out. Link BTC. Let's see what we got going on here. So Link BTC. I know that did break out pretty recently. Let's go to like the weekly chart. Look at it in the big picture here. Link BTC. Because I remember, yeah. I mean, look at Link BTC, man. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That's this. You know what's interesting is a lot of these altcoin charts are breaking out against Bitcoin, or at least attempting to break out against Bitcoin on the bigger picture. You see this on the weekly? This is what's fascinating, right? Can you guys just like think about this logically, right? If Link BTC breaks out, okay, against Bitcoin, that's usually going to mean that Chainlink's going to outpace Bitcoin. What does that mean when usually altcoins outpace Bitcoin? Usually means, not always, but that usually typically means that the market's going to either go sideways, right? Bitcoin's going to go sideways for an extended period of time, or the market's going to go up. So it's a fascinating thing because this is a big macro trend. This is from July, right? 1, 2, 3. And obviously, we've got to wait for the weekly close. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But this is peeking its little dirty head, little turtle head above there. So that is fascinating. We're going to start to see Chainlink outpace Bitcoin. Let's wait for the close till Sunday, okay? We are chilling right at that resistance, though. So this is a big turning point. Like, this could be the point where altcoins get wrecked. Whoop! Or this could be the point where, alts go nuts. Whoop! Very, 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 that's a very interesting chart, I think. So that shows us this is a big turning point for alts. And you can see the same thing with Chainlink. I know Litecoin broke out, and you obviously saw what happened with Litecoin BTC, right? As soon as Litecoin broke out against BTC, now it's been off to the races, right? You see this chart for Litecoin on the weekly. As soon as Litecoin broke this downtrend of resistance, it was off to the freaking races, man. You see this? Right, 1, 2, 3 touches. It broke out. The last 2 weeks, Litecoin's been going nuts. Could we see something similar to that? I don't know. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting, man. Litecoin, Bitcoin broke out. There's other ones too. I think BNB Bitcoin broke out a little while ago, but yeah, BNB Bitcoin sort of had. I mean, I guess BNB Bitcoin broke out a long time ago, but this one's obviously off to the races. Again, this is actually at all-time highs. It's actually pretty crazy. BNB has just been crushing Bitcoin in this bear market, man. Look at this. It's shown no weakness, right? The bear market started right here. Look at BNB Bitcoin. BNB's outpaced Bitcoin by 100% in the bear market. That's absolutely nuts. Nuts. Let's see. It's a bear market. Maybe Link does its thing now. Maybe. I'm actually curious. Let me check out some of these other charts. Let me check out XRP BTC. I'm just curious what some of these other altcoin charts look like. Yeah, we know. I mean, look at XRP. A couple weeks ago, XRP broke out against Bitcoin. XRP Bitcoin broke out. We know what XRP did. It's actually kind of crazy. A lot of these altcoin, I don't typically look at these too much. I guess it is useful to look at these to know when an altcoin is going to outpace the rest of the market. Look at Matic. Look at Matic Bitcoin. Okay, we know Matic's a fun one. Look where Matic is against Bitcoin, guys. It's pretty much right at resistance. So we're seeing Chainlink right at resistance. We're seeing Matic right at resistance. We're seeing BNB already broke out. We're seeing XRP already broke out. Look where Matic is on the weekly. Sitting right there. So, I mean, if the market can go sideways and the altcoins can break out a little bit, are you going to see Matic start to come back up too? Or is this going to be the point where you get rejected? It's very similar to the Chainlink chart. It's actually kind of fascinating. So, let's see what happens. Matic's right there. Matic's right there. This is a big turning point. Let me check out Algo. Algo BTC. Let me see. Algo BTC. Algo BTC, don't look. Algo BTC is definitely in a more interesting spot, I should say. Do I have a better chart on this? Let me check out Algo BTC. Algo BTC, let's do it on Bitstamp. I'm trying to find a better chart here. Algo BTC. Let's do it on Coinbase. That one's a little bit better, I guess. So Algo BTC, unfortunately, got rejected off resistance, and now it's coming back down again. So that one is definitely not the same. Definitely not the same. Definitely not the same. There's a lot of alts that don't look good. And I think the ones that are showing strength against Bitcoin are probably the ones that are really, really nice. Really, really nice. Algo Foundation got to eat. Especially after the World Cup sponsorships. They got to eat a little bit. They got to eat that hay with Horse Guy. What's another one we can look at? What's another one that's showing some strength? Trying to see. Ethereum Classic, an interesting one. ETH. What's the ETH Classic symbol? ETC. Oh, ETC. ETC, BTC. Let me check this one because I know that one's been holding up pretty well in the bear market. Yeah, I mean, even this one. It's. I guess it's not at the same point, but this one's at an interesting point too where, okay, you sort of got this higher low structure coming in. Higher low, higher low, higher low. This one's really not the same as the other ones, but I guess you could sort of argue that you're sort of getting squeezed here, right? With lower high, lower high, lower high, higher low, higher low. We get another higher low here. Very interesting. Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic, my man. What's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's still chilling like a villain at the moment. Chilling like a villain. ETC has periodic. Periodic. I couldn't think of the word. Holy shit. Periodic bumps. But yeah, ETC, it's not the same. But you'll notice, I think it's always cool to look at some of those altcoin charts to say, okay, if this breaks out, that probably means that Bitcoin's not dumping. Because if Bitcoin dumping, that usually means altcoins are going to get wrecked more than BTC. So, I don't know. Interesting. We're at that really critical point to see what happens with altcoins, at least in the short term. Kennedy, what's going on, man? Yo! M-Pro, yo! Let's get everyone saying yo in the chat today. Not ho, ho, ho. Not ho, ho, ho. All right. What else do we have cooking here? The one thing that's a little bit worrisome on the charts, and I guess it's not like, okay, this is the end of the line. The one thing that I guess is maybe a little bit sketchy on the charts, when I go to total market cap, okay? We know that total market cap is holding the line here at the previous all-time highs and at the 786 retracement, okay? It's sitting right there, holding the line, right? Attempting to try to make a little bit of a double bottom. The one thing that's a little bit worrisome on the total market cap chart is I have the MACD here, okay? And, this is on the weekly chart. When the MACD has flipped bearish on this weekly chart in this bear market, it has been pretty bad. I mean, not even just a little. I mean, it's been pretty bad. I mean, you notice right here, how this is crossing over. This is why I don't want to see this crossover. And it won't. If Bitcoin kind of builds a base where we are now, it's not going to cross over. But I think the issue we'll find is that the MACD crossed over right here. That wasn't very pretty. I mean, that wasn't very pretty from that on out, right? I mean, that was a pretty sharp drop from that point. It also, you got a little bit of a fake flip back over here, and then you flipped back over negative here, and obviously that wasn't a very pretty sight from here. So the question remains at this point is this going to flip back over? And if it does, is it going to be not a sight that we want to see? Not a sight that we want to see. And that's the big kicker that we got to ask ourselves here, right? Because if I go back to bear markets, whenever Bitcoin's in a bear market and you get this weekly MACD crossover, it hasn't been very pretty. But this one right here, that one definitely wasn't pretty. That was a drop from like 500 billion down to like 250 billion. This one, you get the little fake out MACD cross, and then you dump again. That one wasn't very pretty. That was a dump from like 200 billion down to 90 billion. So that's the big question. That is the big question that we got to ask ourselves here. The one thing I will say though, and the one thing I will say about this total market cap chart is, which I found very interesting. You notice right here we had this little fake out weekly MACD cross right here. Now, does this stuff really matter in the long run? I would say no. I think Bitcoin's next big macro move is going to depend on the FOMC meeting coming up in December. But this one right here, you see this little fake out MACD cross right here, which was right here, and that was like the big dumperoo back down to the downside. It was very similar to 2008. You notice how you had this little fake. So you had the MACD, you had the little fake out. You had one little MACD cross there. and then you got the big dumperoo back in 2018. And then sort of you build a base, you flip back over positive, and you sort of did the same thing here, right? You build a base, you flip back over positive. Obviously, the FTX situation that popped up caused us to go lower, right, than the previous low. The question remains is, and I think everyone's sort of trying to figure this out, is, was this FTX dump, is that going to be a deviation low, or is it not going to be a deviation low? That's the big question. And that's what everyone's trying to figure out at the moment. And like I said, I think that the next big macro move is going to be the FOMC meeting, which I think is on December, what is it? Like December 16th or some shit like that. That's going to be the kicker. The kicker, not the football kicker, not the kicker that's going to kick all the footballs up your ass. The Patriots kicker is going to kick all the footballs up your ass today for the touchdowns we're going to score. Extra point, extra point, extra point. We're going to score a whole 11 points today. And we're going to win the, you know why? Because Mac Jones sucks. We're going to score probably a total of 11 points. We're going to get a touchdown and 2 safeties. And I know we're going to get 3 field goals and 1 safety, actually. 3 field goals and 1 safety. And we're going to win the game 11-10. Okay? Because our offense blows and our defense is dominantal. 11-10. That's the Pat score today. 11-10. We will not score a touchdown because Mac Jones sucks, by the way. Randomness, but you guys need the randomness. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Let's see. Got to go watch my Lions kick butt. Go watch your Lions kick butt, man. We're probably going to get off air shortly and kind of do our thing. But, man, what an interesting day. Truck works fine on Turkey too. Thoughts on the DXY? This is the point on the DXY where it's like, okay, this is the big support level I was looking for initially for the DXY to get a bounce. It got a bounce. Now the question remains here on the DXY. Will this double bottom in this section, right? Will this double bottom, and that's going to be the retracement back to the upside? That's the kicker too. I would say if 105 breaks, it's coming down to 100, at least in the short term. Now, if you want my take, I do think the market still has upside, right? Because I think a lot of people are going to take the FOMC minutes that came out yesterday and going to spin that in a positive note, okay? And the markets are going to come up a little bit. So if I had to guess what's going to happen, right? If you guys want my honesty, what's going to happen? I think the DXY, it might stay in this range for a little bit. But I do think over the next couple weeks, it's sort of, it does one of these. It comes down. It comes down to this like 100 point. And I do think the markets go up a little bit more in the short term. But as soon as we get that FOMC meeting, that's going to be the kicker. And if Powell doesn't say the things people want to hear, if Powell says, if they either come out with a 75 basis point rate hike, this is going back to the moon. Or if we do a 50, but then Powell says, we did 50 this time, but I don't want that to make people think that we're gonna slow rates. We could just go back to 75 in February. I do think that also brings up the market. The only chance I think that the market, that this could just continues down that this continues down, in my opinion, is if they do 50 and then Powell's like, yeah, we're probably gonna look into he talks very, very nicely to the markets. Jerome the gnome, yes, Jerome the mother trickin' gnome. Jerome the mother trickin' gnome. Let me see what you guys are saying in here. Sol, please, I got you, man. Let me look at Sol, and then GRT flag on the 1 hour time frame. All right, let me do GRT and then we do Sol real quick. GRT. Flag on the 1 hour time frame. Let's see what we got here. Man, look at that wick up, bro. You got that wick up to like 7.8 cents. Woo! That was a nasty wick. Nasty, nasty wick. Yeah, I would say this one, this one is setting up for probably, I mean, listen, you got this giant wick up here. It's most likely going to come up and take this wick. It's not going to leave that wick up there. So right now, I think you are coming back down, taking some of this liquidity to the upside. They probably do bring this back up. okay, and come up for this wick. The question is, do they bring up higher after that? I would say, I mean, that's a nasty wick, man. That's a nasty whoop whoop. So I think it's more likely they bring it back up, and then you sort of you take it from there. But that one's not looking too shabby. Not looking too shabby at all. I would say for at least a short term move, it doesn't look too bad. If we take lows to highs, I'm curious where this is sitting at the moment. I guess it's such a big wick, it kind of throws that off. But do they bring it back a little bit more? Do they bring it back to the 786? I don't know. I think this is a point where you should find some support. You look down here, like this. You'll notice support, support, support. You know, support. This would be a decent point to be able to bounce and come back up. I don't think they just leave that wick there in the short term. Is Jordan surrounded by flies? No, it's the heater, man. Is he surrounded by flies? There's a bunch of flies. Oh, man, I could be surrounded by flies. You never know. Let me bring up the flies. Do they have a flies thing here? Let me see. Flies. Let me see. What's this? There we go. Bunch of flies. And then we got soul. Someone want to look at the soul on the... Let's see. Solina! Alright, soul. What do we got? Let's see. Have a high spirits, furred better sunlight time period. Peace. Miller, that's pretty deep, man. But Soul. Now, Soul's at a big resistance point right here, right? And this is the point we talked about yesterday. If Soul's able to break this level, I think it gets a quick move up to 18 bucks. Soul will see volatility. Like if Bitcoin goes up higher, just like the other day where you saw Soul go up like 15%. Soul got sold off so much that if it does get a move, it's going to get another nice move to the upside. So if it breaks this level here, which you notice, this is the neckline high in the daily. Bullish starts. I do think this comes up a little bit higher. You know, I do think 18 bucks in that region's the next level I'm looking at. Just for a simple fact that it's the previous highs. Nothing too crazy there as far as analysis goes, but you can see right now it's moved up, retraced a little bit, took this yellow vector candle here. I do think it gets a move up, and I'm looking for 18.12, which is the next previous high on Sol. I don't see why it can't get back up there. You know, bearing Bitcoin's sort of move there, but this one looks like it did break up from a small little consolidation here, like this. A small little consolidation here. If you want to call this a flag, okay, it's a little bit awkward, but you do what you want to do there. You know, and it looks like it did break out back test. You know, see, 16 bucks is the measure move target there for Sol, too, if you want to take it that way. Bitcoin just chilling though. I think Bitcoin right now is, like I said, as long as we stay above 16,400, which is the midline there, I think Bitcoin's good in the short term. Wayne said, I guess I shouldn't even be here. I'm only interested in one coin now. Wayne, we talk about Bitcoin more than anything, man. I think we talk about Bitcoin probably at least for like an hour every single day. Like if we stream for an hour and a half, I think we talk about Bitcoin for like at least I would say at least 45 minutes of the stream to an hour, you know? At least that time frame. Let me see what you guys say in here. Soul gets sold off. Maybe it's bees. Oh no, if it was bees, I'd be freaking out, man. Those bees would be coming after my face. Remember that bee? You guys were back here for the bee stream last year, and there was a bee flying around, and I couldn't concentrate because it kept landing on my screen. It kept flying at my head, and I needed to get the bee out of here. Get that freaking bee, that stupid bee. Favorite part is when Jordan looks at the random characters. Many characters have been born this way. That's so true. That's so true. So true, man. All right. All right, guys. I think we talked about pretty much everything that has to be said today. I think right now, you guys know my thought process. Bitcoin holds 16.4, we're good. If it breaks 16.4, I think there's a chance that we test the lows. But as long as it stays above there, all is good. Altcoin pairs, a lot of altcoin pairs look either primed for a massive rejection or a breakout. So, like, they're right at resistance. So at that point, we're in a bear market, so you have to respect it. But we're getting to that point. I do think December, this middle of December point is such an interesting point for Bitcoin. Such an interesting point for a stock market, for the DXY. It'll be interesting. I'm excited for it. I don't know. Before I go, let me ask you guys in the chat. What do you think Powell, or not, sorry, what do you think Powell? What do you think the Fed does, okay, at the December FOMC meeting? Do you think it's going to be 50? Or do you think they're going to, all right, let me ask you guys this. What do you think the rate hike is going to be, okay, Gungo B? Yeah, Gungo B in December? Let me know. You think it's going to be 0, 25, 50, 75? You think they're going to go 100 and destroy everyone? Let's see. Mr. Miles said 200. Oh, God. We would be wrecked. Imagine if they had said, you know what? This is ridiculous. We're just going to go 200 points. We're just going to go 200 and we're going to... and this is going to wreck everyone. Imagine that. Holy Lord. I think you'd see a 2008 dump. If they came out with 200... I think you would see an insta-dump. Kind of like March of 2020. And I think you'd see an insta-dump like 2008 if they came out with 200. That would be absolutely... I mean, even if they came out with 100, I think you would see something like that, to be honest. Because the market's like so baked in the 50 at this point. So most people saying either 75 or 50. Word on the street is 50. True, that is word on the street. But the word on the street is, don't trust the word on the street, I guess. Those goons do what they want anyway. True. All those numbers are fudged, man. I mean, they fudge it whatever they want to do with the market. 75 and then pause after 6 months. Let's see. Gungo 75. Gungo. Business same as usual. I would say I'm a little bit... the majority thinks 50, but the pessimist in me, okay, and I guess that's me being, a little bit of a pessimist at this point. The pessimist in me says it's gonna be 75. I don't know. And maybe that's me being a pessimist. I don't know. I have this feeling like it's gonna be 75. I don't know why, and I hope I'm wrong. I do. I don't know. Maybe that's just me being a pessimist. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Okay? Either do one of two things. Spend time with family. Or do something today that you enjoy doing. Okay? Do something today that's going to bring you joy. Whether it's not hanging out with family because you hate your family. Or hanging out with your family because you like to hang out with your family. Do something that you like to do. Okay? Take today. Just take today. Okay, if you like looking at charts, by all means, do it. Take today and figure out. Nah, we're going too deep here. Anyways, peace out, guys. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you guys. Let's see, what's the next day? Friday. Catch you guys on Friday, and I'll say, if so, the markets, I guess. The markets will open on Friday. Right? No, sorry, they won't. Monday. But if there is, I'm all over the place right now. If there is price action tomorrow morning, I'll hop on tomorrow morning for a morning stream. If there's not, I'll catch you guys at 7 p.m. All right? So, as always, ho, ho, ho. Happy Thanksgiving. And... I love pissing off John. I like to prolong the ending and prolong the goodbye just to piss off John every single day. But because John was trolling me this morning, man, I gotta troll John by prolonging the end of the stream. I'll catch you guys later though. Adios, amigos, and Have a fantastic Thanksgiving, guys. Peace out.